The galaxy was on the brink of a monumental shift. After decades of relentless conflict, the long and brutal war between the united alien coalition and the stubborn human resistance seemed destined to end. Across countless star systems, alien fleets dominated the battlefield, crushing any human outpost that dared resist. Their technological superiority and overwhelming numbers made victory all but certain. For many, the war's conclusion was not a question of if, but when. In the alien coalition's war rooms, generals and diplomats were already drafting peace treaties. The alliances that had once been fractured were now stronger than ever, bound by the shared goal of finally stamping out humanity's defiance. Reports from the front lines spoke of human forces withdrawing, their last major strongholds isolated and cut off. Morale among alien soldiers was high. The final victory seemed inevitable. Meanwhile, the humans, scattered across the outer rim and backwater colonies, faced the grim reality of extinction. They were outgunned, outnumbered, and increasingly desperate. Cities burned, supply lines crumbled, and hope was a scarce commodity. But even in their darkest hour, humanity refused to surrender. Leaders convened in secret bunkers, debating last-ditch strategies to keep their people alive. Among the human resistance, a whisper persisted. A rumor of a hidden weapon so powerful it could shift the entire course of the war. It was said that in the cold void of deep space, far from prying eyes, a battleship unlike any other had been constructed. Its size was colossal, dwarfing any known warship in the galaxy. Its weapons were rumored to harness unknown energy sources, capable of devastating entire fleets in a single strike. But many dismissed these stories as desperate fantasies, fabrications born from hope. Still, in the command chambers of humanity's last bastions, that hope simmered beneath the surface. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, refining the designs and running simulations for the secret project, codenamed Aegis Ultima. This battleship was humanity's ace, a last gamble to rewrite their fate. Built in secrecy over decades, utilizing scavenged alien technology and Earth's most advanced scientific breakthroughs, it represented the culmination of human ingenuity and resilience. As the alien fleets prepared their final assault on the last human stronghold, a strategically vital planet known as Ceres Prime, the humans prepared as well. Civilians were evacuated, defenses fortified, and soldiers braced for what many believed would be their final stand. The entire galaxy watched, anticipating the war's closure. Yet beneath the surface of despair, a silent storm was gathering. Unknown to the aliens, the countdown to the war's true turning point had begun. The Aegis Ultima lay in wait, cloaked and ready, hidden within a remote nebula. Its crew, hand-picked and trained in the deadliest tactics, awaited their orders with grim determination. This was not just a ship. It was humanity's final message, a warning that even on the edge of defeat, humans were not to be underestimated. As the alien coalition's command prepared to declare victory, the war's conclusion was far from certain. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the galaxy to its core. The war was almost finished, but the arrival of humanity's battleship would change everything. As the alien fleets tightened their grip and the final assault on humanity's last stronghold seemed imminent, the atmosphere within the human command centers was tense, desperate, yet oddly resolute. The leaders of the resistance gathered behind reinforced walls deep beneath the surface of the ravaged planet Ceres Prime, a world scarred by endless bombardment and ground combat. They faced the harsh truth. Their resources were nearly depleted, their numbers dwindling and their options growing ever fewer. Amidst the flickering holoscreens showing battlefront updates and strategic overlays, the War Council debated their next move. Surrender was discussed briefly, but was quickly dismissed. For humanity, surrender was unthinkable. To give up meant extinction, the erasure of everything they had fought for across generations. Instead, they clung to one last hope. A secret, weapon hidden away in the farthest reaches of space, long kept from both their own people and their enemies. This secret weapon was the Aegis Ultima, an enormous battleship unlike any other ever built by human hands. Unlike conventional warships designed for speed or stealth, the Aegis Ultima was a fortress in the void. Massive, heavily armored, and bristling with weaponry that defied the known limits of technology. Its design was a masterpiece of human innovation, blending recovered alien tech with Earth's own advanced engineering. It was humanity's ultimate gamble, a ship that could not only withstand the mightiest assaults but also unleash devastating attacks powerful enough to level entire fleets. But the Aegis Ultima was more than just firepower. Its core housed an advanced AI system named Prometheus, built to manage the ship's complex systems and assist its crew in battle strategy. Prometheus was designed to learn, adapt, and think beyond conventional tactics, a silent partner intended to outmatch any enemy command algorithms. Yet this artificial intelligence was kept secret even from many within the human ranks, its true capabilities known only to a trusted few. The construction of the Aegis Ultima had been a monumental undertaking, carried out in isolation over decades, on a hidden shipyard far beyond the reach of enemy spies. The knowledge of its existence was tightly controlled, with only a handful of high-ranking officials and engineers aware of its progress. This secrecy was humanity's shield. If the alien coalition learned of the battleship, they would stop at nothing to destroy it before it could change the war's outcome. With the final battle looming, the Command Council faced a critical decision. Was it time to deploy the Aegis Ultima? Launching the battleship meant revealing humanity's trump card and risking all on this one last move. Some feared the alien coalition might have anticipated this secret weapon, preparing countermeasures that could lead to total annihilation. Others argued that waiting any longer would mean surrendering the initiative and accepting defeat. After intense deliberation, the decision was made. Humanity would unleash the Aegis Ultima into the war at the crucial moment. The battleship's crew, handpicked from the finest pilots, engineers, and soldiers, was briefed on their mission. They knew the risks. Being humanity's last hope meant they would face near impossible odds. As preparations began for the Aegis Ultima's deployment, the alien coalition remained unaware of the storm about to descend upon them. Their forces advanced confidently, expecting a swift end to the conflict. Yet hidden in the depths of space, humanity's greatest weapon silently waited, ready to strike and turn the tide of war forever. The shadow of desperation was lifting, replaced by the faintest glimmer of hope. The war was far from over. In fact, a new chapter was about to begin. The moment that would redefine the war arrived without warning. Just as the alien coalition's massive fleets were tightening their noose around humanity's last bastion, Ceres Prime, the vast emptiness of space erupted in a spectacle that stunned friend and foe alike. Out of a distant nebula, cloaked by swirling clouds of cosmic dust and charged particles, the Aegis Ultima emerged. It was a colossal warship unlike any the galaxy had ever witnessed. Its sleek yet imposing hull gleamed with a metallic sheen that shimmered with energy fields bending light around it. Its sheer size dwarfed the capital ships of the alien coalition, and it radiated power that sent shockwaves through enemy sensors. The alien commanders, confident and complacent after years of dominance, watched in disbelief as the Aegis Ultima dropped out of hyperspace directly into their battle formation. The shock was palpable. Communications erupted in confusion and panic. No one had anticipated such a sudden and overwhelming threat. The alien coalition's battle doctrine, which had relied on superior numbers and technological advantages, faltered in the face of this unprecedented adversary. Without hesitation, the battleship activated its primary weapon systems. Brilliant beams of concentrated energy cut through the void, vaporizing alien warships with precision and devastating force. The Aegis Ultima did not merely fight, it dominated. Its weapon systems fired with surgical accuracy, exploiting weaknesses in the alien fleet's formation and technology. The alien vessels, once so confident, were thrown into disarray as their numbers dwindled under the onslaught. What made the Aegis Ultima even more formidable was its unparalleled defensive technology. Energy shields shimmered across its hull, absorbing enemy fire that would have shattered any other ship. Its advanced AI, Prometheus, orchestrated maneuvers and counterattacks with cold efficiency, predicting enemy tactics and adapting instantly. The battleship moved through the battlefield like a phantom juggernaut, unstoppable, relentless, and terrifying. Humanity's forces, battered and beaten, watched in awe and disbelief. The arrival of the Aegis Ultima ignited a spark of hope that had long been extinguished. Soldiers who had prepared for death now found renewed purpose and strength. Commanders coordinated their scattered units to rally behind the battleship's shield, using it as a mobile fortress to launch counterattacks. The alien coalition, facing unexpected resistance, scrambled to respond. Fleets that once advanced, with unshakable certainty, now hesitated, their formations breaking apart. Tactical disagreements and blame began to emerge among the alien commanders. Some urged retreat and regrouping, while others advocated for all-out assaults against the battleship, despite heavy losses. Behind the scenes, the aliens worked frantically to analyze the Aegis Ultima's technology. Their scientists were baffled by the advanced energy weapons and the mysterious AI that seemed to anticipate their moves. The battleship's sudden emergence shattered their perception of the war's inevitable conclusion. As the battle raged, the Aegis Ultima became a symbol, not just of human technological prowess, but of resilience and defiance. It demonstrated that humanity was not the broken remnant the galaxy had assumed. Instead, they were a force reborn, capable of turning the tide against overwhelming odds. The war, which had seemed so close to ending in alien favor, was now reignited with fierce intensity. The Aegis Ultima's arrival was a message sent across the stars. Humanity would not surrender, and their fight was far from over. The sudden appearance of the Aegis Ultima sent shockwaves through the entire alien coalition. What had once seemed like a sure and imminent victory now became a battle fraught with uncertainty and fear. The war, previously dominated by the alien fleets, was turning on its head. The tides of conflict, long flowing steadily in favor of the coalition, now shifted with unexpected momentum. Alien leaders convened emergency councils, their confidence shaken. The Aegis Ultima was no ordinary warship. It was a fortress bristling with weapons capable of annihilating entire squadrons with a single salvo. Worse yet, its advanced AI, Prometheus, analyzed and predicted their battle strategies with unnerving accuracy. For the first time in decades, the alien commanders faced an enemy they could not easily outmaneuver or overpower. With the battleship leading the charge, human forces began to reorganize and rally. The once scattered and battered human fleets now moved with renewed coordination. Using the Aegis Ultima as their spearhead and shield, human ships launched daring counterattacks that shattered the alien advance. Where once humans had retreated, they now pressed forward with ferocity. Morale among human soldiers skyrocketed. Stories spread rapidly through comms channels and refugee transmissions about the battleship's prowess, igniting hope and courage across human colonies. Civilians, who had long lived in fear and despair, began to believe in survival and even victory. The Aegis Ultima was not merely a weapon, it was a symbol of humanity's indomitable spirit. The alien coalition was forced into a reactive posture. Fractures began to appear among their ranks as individual factions argued about how to counter this unprecedented threat. Some advocated retreat and regrouping, while others pushed for desperate high-risk tactics to crush the battleship before it could rally the humans completely. These divisions eroded the once unified front, giving humans an advantage they had not seen in years. One of the most significant factors in this turning tide was the Aegis Ultima's access to ancient Earth archives and alien technological databases. Its AI Prometheus could analyze enemy patterns, uncover hidden weaknesses, and adapt tactics in real time. This intelligence edge allowed human commanders to anticipate alien maneuvers before they occurred, turning the tables on their foes. Amidst the chaos, human strategists developed daring plans based on this newfound advantage. Small, agile strike teams coordinated with the battleship to exploit gaps in enemy lines, sabotage supply routes, and dismantle communication networks. The war became less about overwhelming firepower and more about cunning and precision. The alien coalition's overconfidence was their undoing. Their attempts to mount overwhelming assaults against the Aegis Ultima often resulted in catastrophic losses. The battleship's shields absorbed massive barrages, and its counterattacks devastated entire enemy squadrons. With every alien defeat, human forces gained ground and momentum. As the conflict escalated, the galaxy watched in awe and fear. The narrative shifted. Humanity was no longer the vanishing remnant they had been written off as. They were a rising force, a deadly opponent who had harnessed their desperation into unprecedented strength. The war that had seemed almost finished in favor of the alien coalition was now an open question. The Aegis Ultima had changed everything. The tide had turned. Ceres Prime, once a vibrant hub of human civilization, had become a battered battlefield and the last major stronghold of humanity in the galaxy. The planet's surface was scarred with craters, smoke rising from shattered cities, and the echoes of relentless combat. This world was the ultimate prize. If the alien coalition captured it, humanity's resistance would crumble entirely. If the humans held, it could mark the beginning of their resurgence. The stage was set for a monumental showdown. The alien coalition marshaled its forces for an all-out assault on Ceres Prime, pouring in warships, fighters, and ground troops in overwhelming numbers. Their goal was clear: crush the last embers of human defiance and declare victory. But the humans were ready to fight with everything they had, bolstered by the presence of the Aegis Ultima. As the alien fleets approached, the Aegis Ultima took its place at the forefront of the defense. Cloaked in energy shields and bristling with weaponry, it acted as both a bastion and a battering ram. From its command bridge, Captain Mira Solon, a veteran commander known for her tactical brilliance and unyielding resolve, directed the ship's systems with precision. Her crew, carefully selected and trained for this critical mission, operated with seamless coordination under her leadership. The battle erupted with ferocity. Alien warships unleashed waves of plasma beams, missile barrages, and drone swarms, attempting to overwhelm the Aegis Ultima's defenses. But the battleship absorbed the punishment, its shields flickering but holding firm. Its counterattacks were devastating, launching focused energy blasts that tore through alien cruisers and fractured their formations. Meanwhile, on Ceres Prime's surface, ground forces engaged in brutal combat. Human soldiers, reinforced by elite special units, fought to repel landing parties and sabotage enemy operations. Despite being outnumbered, their morale was bolstered by the battleship's presence above, a symbol of hope and defiance. The battle was not just a clash of firepower, but of strategy and will. The alien commanders deployed relentless tactics, attempting to flank the human defenses and cut off supply lines. In response, Captain Solon coordinated with ground commanders, deploying fighter squadrons and orbital bombardments to disrupt enemy advances and protect key positions. At the heart of the conflict was a high-stakes gamble. The humans knew that if the Aegis Ultima were destroyed, their chances of survival would plummet. Conversely, if the battleship could hold and break the alien siege, it would inspire a galaxy-wide shift in the war's momentum. Amid the chaos, the AI Prometheus played a critical role. Constantly analyzing the evolving battlefield, it suggested tactical maneuvers, predicted enemy ambushes, and optimized resource allocation. Its synergy with Captain Solon's instincts created a formidable command duo, blending human intuition with machine precision. As hours turned into days, the battle raged on. Alien fleets suffered heavy losses, their initial confidence giving way to frustration and desperation. Human forces, fueled by determination and the presence of the Aegis Ultima, began to push back, reclaiming key sectors and inflicting crippling damage on enemy supply routes. The clash for Ceres Prime was not just a fight for territory, it was a battle for humanity's future. The outcome would determine whether humans would fade into extinction or rise again as a force to be reckoned with. As the dust settled on this fierce engagement, it became clear that the war's end was no longer near for the alien coalition. The tide had decisively turned, and humanity's battleship had proven that the final chapter of this conflict was yet to be written. The devastating clash for Ceres Prime marked a pivotal turning point in the war, but the final chapter was yet to be written. After enduring brutal assaults and overcoming overwhelming odds, humanity's forces stood poised not merely to survive but to reclaim their place in the galaxy. The Aegis Ultima, now a symbol of defiance and hope, had shattered the alien coalition's assumptions and forced them to reconsider their strategy. In the aftermath of the battle, Captain Mira Solon and her crew aboard the Aegis Ultima led the charge in the push toward victory. The alien coalition, battered and demoralized, retreated to regroup and fortify their remaining strongholds. However, the humans were no longer the hunted. They had become the hunters. Reinforced by new allies and fueled by the unwavering spirit of their people, humanity launched a series of coordinated offensives across multiple fronts. The Aegis Ultima served as the spearhead in these operations, its formidable presence inspiring both seasoned soldiers and newly recruited fighters alike. The battleship's advanced AI, Prometheus, continued to provide unparalleled tactical insight, allowing the human fleet to outmaneuver enemy forces with precision and adaptability. Humanity's resurgence was not just military, it was symbolic. News of their victories spread rapidly through communication networks, reigniting hope in far-flung human colonies and among oppressed species under alien dominion. This surge in morale led to increased enlistment and support for the war effort, strengthening human forces even further. The alien coalition's leadership faced internal dissent and fractured alliances. The catastrophic failure to crush humanity had exposed vulnerabilities in their command structure and strategy. Some factions advocated for peace negotiations, recognizing that continued conflict risked total collapse. Others, consumed by pride and desperation, pushed for ruthless counterattacks, unwilling to concede defeat. Amidst this turmoil, a decisive battle loomed, the assault on the alien coalition's central command station, a massive fortress world at the heart of their territory. Humanity's forces, led by the Aegis Ultima and coordinated by Captains Solon and Prometheus, prepared to strike the final blow that could end the war once and for all. The ensuing campaign was fierce and unrelenting. The alien defenses were formidable, equipped with cutting-edge weaponry and guarded by elite troops. Yet the humans fought with a ferocity born of survival and hope. The Aegis Ultima spearheaded the attack, its firepower and strategic coordination overwhelming the defenders. During the battle, Captain Solon made a daring decision to lead a boarding party directly onto the command station. This risky move aimed to disable the alien leadership's ability to coordinate defenses and to capture critical intelligence. Supported by a team of elite soldiers and guided by Prometheus, the boarding operation succeeded against all odds, striking a decisive blow to the alien command. With their leadership compromised and forces fractured, the alien coalition surrendered, signaling the end of a devastating war that had stretched across the galaxy. Humanity's survival and triumph became a testament to resilience, innovation, and the unbreakable will to endure. In the war's aftermath, the galaxy faced a new era. Humans began rebuilding shattered worlds, forging alliances with other species and reshaping galactic politics. The Aegis Ultima, once a secret weapon, became a beacon of peace and protection, a reminder of the sacrifices made and the strength found in unity. Captain Mira Solon's name was etched into history, alongside Prometheus, as symbols of humanity's revival. The war that had almost ended with humanity's extinction instead became the story of their greatest victory. A new dawn had truly arrived for humanity.